In today's devlog, we're taking a look at Billy's newly added princess outfit, together with some upcoming changes. What kind of changes is this? Well, stay put to find out. Hi, I'm Jonas. Welcome to another video. In this devlog series, I talk about an upcoming roguelike game set in the nightmares of the pyjamas wearing boy, Billy. So, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Like I said before, we have now added a princess outfit to Billy's nightmare. I will show you this together with some upcoming changes to the game in just a minute, so make sure to stay till the end of the video. First, I wanna show you another new melee enemy that we have added to the game. Many of you have suggested that we should add a big football player that charges towards Billy. And we think that a charging enemy sounds like a fun game mechanic, so we have now added one to the game. The football player walks slowly towards Billy until he gets a clear line of sight. He then makes a small animation together with a sound effect to give the player a signal to watch out. During his charge, the football player becomes immune to knockback from your weapons, to make him feel even more dangerous. Thanks to all his armor, we decided to give him a decent amount of health. But if you trick him to charge over lava pits, his armor won't save him. 5 Kid and Joni LOL suggested that we should add a princess outfit for Billy, and we think that a princess outfit would look funny on Billy. So, it's now possible to buy one in Mr Sandman's temple. Our first idea was to add a horse as a mount for the princess, but we thought it would be more fun to make it a unicorn instead. So, we gave it a horn and changed the colors to pink to make it look even more fabulous. When it came to creating a starting weapon, we wanted to give Princess Billy some kind of magic wand. But we quickly realized that the wand looked too big and awkward in Billy's hand, and we couldn't figure out what kind of projectiles to spawn. So, the wand had to be removed. After some more thinking, we finally decided to give the princess a magic harp instead. The harp shoots music notes together with a sound effect with random pitch, which makes it sound very awful. I don't know if this is funny or just annoying and have to be changed. To make the music notes more interesting, I added some code to make them slowly bounce up and down while flying forward. And I also used some code from the trail effect from our throwing stars, but changed the color to pink for the music notes. Compared to the awkward wand that we started out with, we think that the harp is a very satisfying weapon to use. So, let's talk about our upcoming changes to the game. Since the beginning of this project, we have gotten a lot of comments about our game being too similar to Enter the Gungeon. So, we have tried to figure out what we can do differently with Billy's Nightmare to make it a more unique game. One thing that we have noticed while playing is that the game quickly becomes boring if you only have one weapon to use. You just sit there, pressing the left mouse button and never get to make any interesting attack choices. So, what if we give the player more than one attack to use? Once again, we took inspiration from our last game, Heroes of Highwall. In that game, you start with one primary attack and a more powerful secondary attack. The archer, for example, can press the right mouse button to shoot multiple arrows at once, every 3 seconds. What if we allowed Billy to do something similar in his nightmare? Instead of just pressing the left mouse button over and over again, we could now give the player the option to make more interesting choices with a multi-shot attack. Should you one-shot this weak enemy, or maybe remove a big chunk of health from this tougher enemy? Or what about dealing a small amount of damage to multiple enemies at once? We got really excited about this new playstyle and wanted to go even further. What if we don't just give the player a secondary attack? What if we added abilities? I imported some code from our Heroes of Highwall project and immediately began working on a prototype for our new ability bar. Our idea is that every outfit in the game will start with a normal primary attack, plus a more powerful secondary attack, which is in some way related to the starting weapon that they are using. The remaining 2 slots to the left is for random abilities that you can find or buy in the nightmare. So, instead of finding random weapons like before, you will now find new abilities to use. We have also removed the concept of having ammo in the game, and instead just put a 0.5 second cooldown on your primary attack. So, the UI of your weapon and ammo down in the right corner were no longer necessary. And with no ammo, there's also no need for reloading, which means that the old reload bar above Billy's head could now be removed. With more attacks for the player to use, we think that the game has become so much more fun and unique compared to before. We now have a lot of work ahead of us with all the new abilities that have to be added. So, in the meantime, we'd love to hear your feedback about our changes. What do you think about our new ability system in Billy's Nightmare? Let me know down in the comments. This was everything I had to show you for this devlog. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, or leave a dislike if you didn't. And make sure to also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upcoming devlogs. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't let your nightmares wake you up.